Doug, we're back. That's right. What are we talking about today? Talking about Project Blue. It's a good old modern retro game that, the title screen just looks good, man. Makes you all warm and fuzzy on the inside. But anyways, let's get to it. And first up, we're going to be talking about the manual. Okay, I wanted to hit the manual first because if you are going to play this game, I highly suggest that you read through the manual. It has a lot of backstory. It'll fill you in on some things, on what's happening. And here's the coolest part. If you notice, the cover of the manual looks like a file. And then at the very beginning, it's talking to you like you're an employee at this big corporation called Omnicorp. It's in Neo Hong Kong, and what they've been doing is kidnapping children and doing experimental procedures on them. So you're tasked out to monitor Project Blue, which is who you're controlling on the screen. Now, as an employee of Omnicorp, you're at your workstation. How do you monitor him? Oh, on the CCTVs, the closed circuit televisions. So that's how they that's how they stated that there's over 256 heart-pounding screens of action. That's right. Every screen, kind of think of it as like a monitor of or it's changing cameras. It's changing to each CCTV. And here's the coolest part about this is look at the borders. Look at the borders of your screen. Oh, look, what is that? You got a pause function, a play function. So what you're looking at, this immerses you further into the game, which is really cool. Really cool detail that I enjoyed, and it's awesome. Plus the artwork used in the manual and to promote the game, man, it just has those comic book vibes, and I'm really digging that. Okay, before I talk about the game, I want to do a full disclosure on my coming soon videos that I drop on my socials, like on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. I mentioned that this game is a cyberpunk Metroidvania. Well, I was half wrong, or I was half right, depending on your perspective. It is not a Metroidvania at all, and I got those vibes that it would be when I did my first play of the game. Nope, it's definitely not a Metroidvania. It's more along the lines of a action platformer. If you're watching the video, think Mega Man. That's exactly what it is, but you don't pick the levels or anything. You just go in, and there's no picking stages. There's not even any save points, really. So, yeah, it's definitely not a Metroidvania. It's an action platformer. But hey, I love action platformers. Man, I played so many different ones back in the NES days, Super NES days. They're great. But, yeah, I'm a little rusty. This game kicked my ass, and it showed it too. I was playing on normal, and yeah, it's a lot of dying. And once you lose all your lives, it's game over. You can continue, or you go back to the title screen. Now, when you continue, you don't start off in the same screen you died in. You start at the very beginning of the area. So the game does kind of have checkpoints or whatever in it, which is good, which is fine with me, because the more times you play the earlier screens, the better you'll get at it, Practice makes perfect, right? But let's see, there's normal. Yeah, there's 3 difficulties: normal, hard, and brutal. And man, I'll probably try one of them. And what I read is that the enemies are harder and the rooms get changed around. So yeah, that just sounds all kinds of difficult right there. And but man, this game is pretty damn fun. It's crazy. It's simplistic, but it's so good. It makes you wanna get to the next boss and beat it, boss. So what have I not hit on? I hit the story, explain that. Oh, controls. Controls are watertight, and you know what? It has to be. It needs to be because it's an action platformer, and some of these jumps, man, it almost has to be pixel perfect. Because some of these screens, man, you be sweating. You're like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna make this? Oh no! But yeah, controls are watertight. And you know what? Any good NES game, the controls are always tight, watertight. Let's see, the music. Oh yes, the music. Let's hit on that. So, of course, all these modern retro games, especially this one, since you can play it on an actual physical card, it's using the chip tunes. It's great. You get to the new areas and whatnot, and the music changes. You're not really listening to any one tune repeatedly. I think there's even a special song for the boss fights, so that's pretty good. And the boss fights, oh man. Oh, let's talk about the boss fights. Yeah, it's almost like it's almost like a bullet hell. Not like a bullet hell. It's a regular boss fight. It throws out a lot of bullets. You gotta hit him in the head. But yeah, there's other boss fights that are a little different. So you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. So who is this game for? Well, listen up. If you're watching this, you're a retro gamer. So guess what? Buy this. Buy this on the Nintendo Switch or Xbox, or get yourself a physical cart for your NES. I totally recommend it if you're a retro gamer. You gotta play it. Simple to pick up and play. Controls are easy. I mean, there's no tutorial needed. It's just jump and shoot. And you gotta get your jumping down. You gotta get it down, or else you're not gonna get far. The challenge is there. The replay value is there because once you go through normal, you can go back through on hard, and whew, that'd be a challenge. It really would. But you know, some of us are crazy. But for anybody else, I mean, if you're playing these modern retro games and you're loving them, this is no exception. Pick this up and you'll enjoy it. Oh, and the price is right. The price is just, it's that sweet spot. You can get it digitally on modern platforms. It's $9.99 on Nintendo Switch and the Xbox. It's also available on itch.io. I think there's a $10 price point, and then there's one that's a little bit higher. You get some extra digital goodies or whatever. Also, for all you super nerds out there that love your physical carts for your NES, your Nintendo Entertainment System, you can go over to Mega Cat Studios website and you can get yourself the physical cart. You can get the physical cart just by itself, or you can get a complete in box copy as well. Of course, that has the box and that sweet manual. Oh man, that sweet manual. But yeah, get it physically or digitally. It's up to you. Okay, so let's start wrapping this up. What am I gonna score this? Well, let me just say right now, this game is a damn good game. It might be a little on the short side, but you know what? For a retro game or a modern retro game, it's pretty on point for what it does, for what it offers. It's challenging. It's has that difficulty. that challenge, and it's rewarding whenever you get to the next screens, the next area, and you beat a boss. So I'm going to give this a solid 8. Not every game, well, not every game is perfect, but there's a few exceptions. But this one, the difficulty might be off-putting for some people who are not familiar with action platformers and the whole hard as nails retro aesthetic. But it does have replay value. So, oh yeah, I totally recommend it. It's a solid 8. Love it, buy it, and enjoy it. Just before I end this, I just want to say congratulations to the 2 developers on this game. Man, only 2 developers made this game. That's crazy. That is insane. And I did talk with one of them. There is a sequel in the works to this game. It's in the very early stages, so it would be for a while. And then I also asked about there's a lot of promotional artwork for this that promotes the game, and it has a comic book vibe to it. And I asked about that, and the person that provided that artwork is separate from the developers, of course. And supposedly there is a prequel comic in the works, so that's to be determined. Don't know when that's gonna happen. And then, of course, you gotta play this game because there is a sequel coming. So yeah, that's it, man. Get out of here. That's it. It's the weekend. Go do something.